Hi there, welcome to today's practice. Going to be starting in child's pose today, so either knees together or you can take the knees mat width, toes touching, and then bottom back towards heels and start to walk the hands through the centre, nice and slowly, making sure the knees feel okay. Maybe bringing elbows down and then very gently resting the forehead down to the ground. Softening down into child's pose and sending the breath into the back of the body. Closing the eyes, turning the senses in. Starting to lengthen both the inhale, the exhale. Filling the body with the breath. And noticing anywhere in the body that might need a little bit more space created by using the breath. So actively send the breath into these areas. And just focusing on lengthening and deepening. I'm taking a couple more breaths here. And then with the inhale, lifting the head up. Coming onto the fingertips and then walking the hands off the mat towards the right. Going as far as feels comfortable, stretching through the fingers, taking a breath in, and a full exhale as you release the head down towards the floor. And again, breathing in and out. And then inhale. Slowly draw yourself up. Keep the knees where they are on the hands and just moving nice and slowly from side to side, moving into the sides of the body with the exhale, release it down. Inhale, walk the hands back onto the mat. And then exhale, hands across to the left, nice and slowly, reaching through the fingers, releasing the forehead down towards the ground, keeping the bottom pressed back towards the heels of the feet. Breathing in and out. And then again, lifting yourself up nice and slowly, keep knees, hands where they are, just to move around a little bit, and then pressing the bottom back, hands back on the mat, and then lifting yourself up and coming to the front edge of the mat, setting up for cat-cow. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide. With the inhale, we're going to dip the belly and send the gaze up. Exhale for cat, push the spine to ceiling, gaze through the legs. And again, inhale, dip the belly, gaze up. Exhale, rounding the spine, push it to the ceiling. One more, breathing in. And a full exhale, pushing that spine up, sending the gaze through the legs. And then coming back to a neutral spine, finding somewhere between cat and cow, keeping the neck nice and long. With the inhale, we're going to stretch the right leg out behind, bring the ball of the foot to the floor and press out through the heel. Again, keep it nice and long in the neck. And then for a breath, float the knee and the foot on the left foot off the floor. Try and keep the hips nice and square. Exhale, release the knee down. Look over the right shoulder and then look over the left shoulder. Back to center, nice and slowly. Floating the right foot off the floor, press out through the heel, keeping the neck nice and long. As you exhale, knee to nose, center of the body, push the spine up. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee comes across to the right elbow. Inhale, extend behind. Exhale, knee comes across to the left elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, allow the right knee to come back down. Send the bottom back to the heels. Keep the hands where they are, nice and long in the neck. Inhale, lift it back up, hands and knees. Other leg now, left leg behind, press into the ball of that left foot till you activate a calf stretch on the left side. Keeping the breath nice and strong. And then see if you can float that right knee off the floor, keeping the hips nice and square. Push down into the hands. Good. Exhale, release the knee down. Look over the right shoulder just to release the tension. Look over the left shoulder. And then coming back, nice and engaged, pressing down through the hands, floating the left foot off the floor. Press out through the heel. As you exhale, knee to nose, center of the body. Inhale, re-extend behind. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee crosses the body towards the right elbow. And re-extend. Exhale, releasing the knee down, and again, taking bottom to heels, keep the arms stretched out, keep the neck nice and long. And then coming forward, tuck the toes. With the inhale this time, floating both knees off the floor. Keeping that neck nice and long, maybe look over right shoulder, look over left shoulder. Breathing in. With the exhale, lift it all the way back to downward facing dog. And start to pedal out those legs. So setting up for down dog, feet are hip width. Pressing down through the hands. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Moving through the sides of the body. And then coming onto the balls of the feet, bending my knees, lifting the sit bones up and back. And then roll the heels to the right side. Lengthen the body, extend right arm all the way up. Let's drop the right knee down to the floor. Extend left leg on top. Left fingers to the ceiling. Breath is nice and strong. And then take that left arm down to the ear. Take the gaze down to the floor. Stretching down the left side of the body. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, transition carefully. Left hand back down. Lift onto the ball of the back foot. Bring the right foot back. Downward facing dog. And pedal out that dog. Nice and slowly. And then bending both knees. Lift the sit bones. Come onto the ball of the feet. And then press the heels down towards the left. Start to lengthen the body. Draw that right arm up. Drop the bottom knee down. Extend left leg. Fingers to ceiling. Really reaching up. Bringing the line of energy all the way down by drawing the right arm down to ear. Keep the chest open. Take the gaze down to the floor. And then transition with care. Bring that right hand down. Come onto the ball of the back foot. And then float that left leg behind back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Dropping the knees down. Exhale. Halfway down, push up. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, lift. Final time, lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, make sure you're on the mat. Bring the arms down beside the body. Forehead to ground. Legs as near as they'll come comfortably. And then with the inhale, float the head and the chest off the floor. Keep the neck nice and long. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep pressing down through the hips. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Final time, lift up. And keep thinking about extending through the crown of the head. So we're getting length through the spine here. Exhale, lower down. Fingertips line up with shoulders. With the inhale, lift it to hands and knees. And then exhale. Downward facing dog, full breath out. Stretching out in down dog, allowing yourself to look through the space between the legs. And then very slowly, soften the knees again, lift the sit bones up and back. Stepping the right foot forward, coming to runner's lunge, extend through the crown of the head, finding the length in the body. And then release the back knee down towards the floor. I'm going to start to do a little bit of freestyling here. Bending and straightening that right leg, bringing the hands maybe off the mat to the left and just starting to circle into the hip. So nice and slowly, maybe even stretching the right hand across and back just to get some movement. And then walking the hands back onto the mat. Lift the back knee off the floor, step the back foot forward to the front of the mat, separate the feet hip width, fold forward here over the legs, soften the knees. Back of the hands to the floor and completely soften through the top of the body. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Keeping that breath nice and strong. Maybe just swaying very gently from side to side. And then hands down. This time we're stepping the right foot back to runner's lunge. Holding here for a moment, making sure knee over ankle, and then drop that back knee down. Again, freestyle. We're going to bring the hands inside that left foot and start to roll around into that left hip. So moving the hands off to the right and kind of freestyle a bit, just dropping down, straightening, bending that front leg, lifting the left arm up and over, getting into the shoulders, bringing the hands back onto the mat. Tuck in the back toes, lift the back knee off the floor, step the back foot forward to the top of the mat. Separate the feet mat width and completely let go of the head again, releasing down. Inhale, lengthen to flat back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Remember hands to shins if that feels better. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, final time, hands to shins. And then hands to hips. And then lead with the chest, soften the knees, come all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders away from the ears down the back. Finding mountain pose at the top of the mat. Sweeping the arms all the way up. Take opposite elbows. Hold the elbows. And then reach across to the right. With the exhale, lengthen. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip across to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Roll the shoulders down the back. Mountain pose at the top of the mat. Toes touching or feet under hips, personal choice. Roll the shoulders down from the back. Gazes forward. Take a full breath in. And out. Next, inhale, bend the knees. Sweep the arms overhead, coming into chair pose. Bringing the palms facing each other. Lengthen through the sides of the body, working the big muscles in the body. Make sure you can see the toes on the feet. Draw the navel to spine to lengthen the tailbone. One more breath. And then halfway lower. Find that chair behind. Bottom back, chest forward. Breath is strong and steady. And then releasing the left hand down to the floor. Stepping the left foot back. Opening right arm out to the side. Coming for twisted runner's lunge. Keeping that breath strong and steady. Try not to dump too much weight through that left hand and really reach into those right fingers. Breathing in. Exhale, release the right hand down. Big step back with that right foot into three-legged dog. Lift it up as high as feels comfortable. Push out through that heel. Drop the head down, looking at that back leg, grounded leg. Then we're going to bend that right knee, heel to bottom, stack the hip. Keep pressing down through both hands. One more breath in. Re-extend the leg behind, exhale. Foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down. Right hand on the floor outside that right leg. And then open out. Left fingers to ceiling. Keep that bend in the front knee. Breath is strong and steady. Press down through the outer edge of that back foot. Then very slowly start to straighten the front leg. It might be you have to move the hand back. Keeping that breath strong, making sure you lengthen on both sides of the body. And then bend the front knee, floating up into warrior two. Reaching through the fingers and then stretching the arms overhead. Keep reaching all the way through the fingers to the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lean over the back leg. Back to center, bending that front leg and lean across over the right leg. Inhale, lift center, straighten the front leg. Exhale, going back. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, coming into side angle, but without the use of the arms. Inhale, back into warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees or lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, arms down by the side. Lift into locust. Press down through the hips. Lift the chest and if you can, the feet off the floor. And then float the arms off the floor as well, pressing the palms together. Think about lengthening through the spine. Exhale, release it down, fingertips line with shoulders. Lift it back to hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Modified plank and then plank. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out at the top. Bending those knees, gazing forward. Stepping right foot forward, left foot forward. Lengthen to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Rise up into a chair pose, bend the knees. Sweep the arms overhead. Breath is strong and steady. Find that length through the sides of the body. Sit down a little bit lower. Low chair. Keep reaching through the fingers, bottom back. One more breath in. Exhale. Release the right hand down to the floor. Step the right foot back. Float the left arm up. Look towards the fingers. Feel the line of energy from that grounded right hand all the way through to the fingers on the left hand. Push out through the back heel. Exhale. Left hand down. Big step back with the left foot into three-legged dog. Float it behind. Good. Keep that flexed foot. Bend the left knee, heel to bottom, stack the hips. Press down strongly through both hands. Re-extend that leg behind with the inhale. Exhale, foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down on the floor. Left hand outside the left foot. Hold the ankle if you can't quite reach the floor. Floating that right arm up. Extended side angle. Keep pressing down through that back heel. And then if you can, start to straighten just as far as feels comfortable that front leg. Pressing down through the back heel. Lengthen through both sides of the body. Take the gaze up to the fingers on that top hand if the neck allows. Otherwise, looking down to the floor or in front is fine. Bend that front knee, rise all the way up into warrior two. Sink down into that front leg. Then we're going to sweep the arms all the way overhead. Keep pressing down through that back foot. Lengthen through both sides of the body. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Lean across over the back leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, take the arms across to the left. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse to warrior. Keep the arms nice and wide. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, lean across to the left again, arms extended. Stretch to the sides of the body. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, release the hands down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees or lower all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Arms down by the side, or this time extend them forward. Forehead down. Inhale, lift into locust. Lift the feet and the arms off the floor. Keep that breath strong. Keep that neck nice and long. Exhale, release. Fingers lining shoulders. Tuck the toes. Lift it back to modified plank. Back into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath out. Dropping the knees down to the floor. Take a moment in child's pose, bottom to heels, forehead down. 2 breaths here. And then slowly with the inhale, lift it back up, hands and knees. Setting yourself up for downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift it all the way back up. Bending my knees, lift the sit bones up and back. Then we're going to press the heels down towards the left again. Moving into side plank this time. Different variations. You can drop the bottom knee down, okay? You can have the feet alongside, or you can stack the feet. Whatever feels more appropriate. And then with the exhale, we're going to come for a twist. Feed that left arm under right shoulder. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, come in for the twist again. Final time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Release the hand down. Pivot back into downward facing dog. Right foot floats all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands. Pivot the back foot down. Rise up into warrior two. Open out the arms. Move into reverse warrior. Drop the back arm down. Lift the right arm up and over. Breathing through the side of the body. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Holding here for a few breaths. Sweep that top arm across. Keep the chest open and keep reaching through the fingers on that left hand. Take the gaze down to the floor if that feels more comfortable for the neck. Then we're going to float that right arm up. Extend through both sides of the body. Keep that breath nice and strong. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill down. Step it back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Lowering down with the exhale. Coming into locust variation, forehead down. Lift hands, head, foot, feet, top of legs off the floor. You can float the arms forward if you want to, or keep them by the side. One more breath in. Exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes, lift it to hands and knees, downward facing dog. Full exhale. Sigh the breath out through the mouth. Bending my knees, drop the heels down to the left, coming into side plank. Again, you can drop that bottom leg down if you need to. Stack the feet, or feet side by side. Take a breath in. Exhale, feed the right arm underneath the left shoulder. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, come in for the twist. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, twist. And then slowly release the right hand down, back into downward facing dog. Float the left leg behind, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands, pivot the back foot down. Rise up into warrior two. Sink nice and low. Reverse the warrior, drop the back arm down. Lift that left arm up and over. Sink down through that front leg, nice and low. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, coming into side angle, left arm down on left thigh. Right arm all the way up and over. Really reach with the fingers on that right hand. Breathing in. And out. And then if you can, float the left arm up as well. So we're stretching out both sides of the body. Staying here. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill the hands down, step it back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Lowering down with the exhale, drop those knees, untuck the toes, coming into locust again here, lengthening through the crown of the head and the feet. Extending the arms forward if you want to come into full locust. Think about lengthening through the whole of the spine. Exhale, release. Hands and knees with the inhale. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out at the top. Sigh that breath out. Bringing the feet together with the inhale. Sweep that right foot behind, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot through between the hands. Lift the back foot off the floor, fingers forward. Press out through the back heel, bend the standing leg. Keep the fingers down, or see if you can lift the chest. Come into a variation of warrior three. Don't worry if the hands are down or out to the side, wherever feels more appropriate. One more breath in. Exhale, release the fingers down. Bend that left knee, bring it forward, and then sit back, coming into boat pose. Reach it out. Supported boat at first if you need to, staying here. Unsupported boat, or extend those legs. Press down through the sit bones, roll the shoulders. Soften the face. Two more breaths here. Really using that core today. Final breath in. Exhale. Hug the knees in, rock back, and then make your way back up. Forward fold. Exhale. Use the hands to get up if you need to. Step back with the left foot, and then three-legged dog with that right foot. Lengthen, lift. Release it down. Roll forward to plank. Lowering down with the exhale, drop those knees to lower if you need to. Untop the toes. Lifting into locust again. Just lift the chest if that feels more comfortable. Or the legs, or extend those arms forward. Exhale, lower. Fingers in line with shoulders. Lift the hands and knees. Downward facing dog with the exhale. Full breath out. Bring the feet together. Inhale. Left leg sweeps behind, three-legged dog. Exhale. Foot through between the hands. Fingers come forward. Lift the back leg off the floor. Keep the fingers down if you need to. Bend the standing leg. Press out through that back heel. Keep it half lifted if you can. Final flourish if you can lift to the chest. Coming into warrior 3 variation. Breath is strong and steady. One more breath. Release the fingers down. Bend both knees. Drag the right foot forward. Heel in front. Release the bottom down to the floor. Lift back up into boat pose. Remember, supported boat. Hold behind the thighs. Unsupported release, or extending the legs forward. Whichever variation suits. Breath is strong and steady. One more breath in. Exhale. Rock back. Hold behind the legs. Come back up. Forward fold. Use the hands to get up if you need to. And then from here, big step back with the right foot. And then three-legged dog with that left foot. Final stretch. Lift it up. Bringing the foot back down to down dog. Roll forward to plank. Lowering down to the floor. Drop the knees if you need to. Coming into locust again here. Lift the chest, lift the feet. Arms extended over the head. The thing here is to lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower. Push back into child's pose. And rest it out here for 5 breaths. Softening the elbows down to the floor. Hands down by the side of the body if you want to. Full child's pose. Wherever feels more appropriate for your body. Sending the breath into the spine, the back of the body. Allowing softness and release. Inhale. Lift it to hands and knees. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Pedal out the dog. And then walking the feet forward about halfway down the mat. And then bending my knees, coming onto the balls of the feet. Releasing all the way down to the floor. Use the hands behind for support if you need to. Then we're going to come back into boat pose. So supported, okay, or extended. And then we're going to slowly lower down all the way to the floor. So lowering the chest, lowering the legs. Support yourself if you need to in this coming down. And then when you get down, hug those knees in. Make sure you're on the mat, so move down a little bit. Come fully onto the mat, rocking from side to side. Massaging the lower back out, and then bringing the feet back down to the floor. That's it. Extend the legs all the way up to the ceiling. Soles of the feet up to the ceiling. Try and have the legs straight. It might mean the legs are down here. We're going to take the legs a little bit lower anyway. So finding an angle about 25 degrees less than 90 degrees. So about 45 degrees or just a little bit more. Arms down by the side, or you can take the arms overhead. Draw the toes back to the face, and then very slowly with the breath, just start to move the legs from side to side, rock it out. But nice and slowly. Take your time, moving from side to side. Slower you go, the more you'll probably feel it. Nice and controlled, and the less likely you are to cause injury by going really quickly. So we just really want to slow it down And notice the feeling in the sides of the body, right in the core. One more each side. And then hug those knees into the chest. Hug it in. Rock around from side to side. Good. Extend those legs up again. 90 degrees if you can. A little bit less maybe if you need to. Dropping the right leg down. Hover it about an inch above the floor if you can. If you need to bend the knee, bend the knee. Just hold the foot off the floor. So just keeping that breath strong and steady. Again, arms overhead or out to the side, whatever feels more appropriate. You want to work hard to take the arms overhead. Keep both feet flexed. Keep that breath strong and steady. One more breath in. And out. Hug both knees into the chest again. Squeeze it in. Rock from side to side. Extend both legs up again. Arms wherever they need to be. Starting to lower that left leg down now. Hovering an inch above the ground if that feels appropriate. Remember, you can bend that left leg if it feels more comfortable. It's too big a lever to have here. Draw the toes back on both feet, keeping that breath strong and steady. Good. Breathing into the sides of the body. Focusing the breath. One more breath in. And then draw both knees into the chest again. Hug it out here. Extending the left leg down. Just hug the right knee in. Really draw it into the chest. Hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Right arm out to side. And then start to move that right knee across to the left. Just go as far as feels comfortable. Feeling a stretch down the right side. If it's comfortable, you can look over the right shoulder. And sending the breath into the parts of the body that need a little bit more space. One more breath here. Inhale, lift that knee back to center. Hug both knees in. And re-extend the right leg. Hug the left knee in. Good. Hold on to that left knee with the right hand. Right arm out to the side. And then very gently start to draw that left leg across to the right. Nice and slowly. Gaze over the opposite shoulder if it feels appropriate, or even close the eyes. Moving with the breath really slowly. Maybe the left foot comes down to the floor to take some of the pressure out, so it becomes more of a restorative stretch. Again, noticing where in your body you feel this stretch and sending the breath into those areas where you need to create a little bit more space or ease. Keep that breath nice and deep. Final breath in. Full exhale. And then very slowly, bringing the knees back up to center. Hug it in one final time. Rock around. Take an inhale, hold the knees into the chest. With the exhale, forehead to knees. Inhale, head down. Exhale, forehead to knees and flex the feet. And release. Extend the legs. Give yourself a full body stretch. Take the arms overhead, interlace the fingers. Push the palms away, flex the feet, push out through the right heel and then the left heel. And then releasing the arms down the side of the body, rotate wrists, rotate ankles, and then making your way into your final resting posture, Shavasana. So, whatever is the most comfortable Shavasana for yourself, you can bend the knees, bring the feet on the floor if this is more appropriate, if you have issues with the lower back. Or coming into Shavasana, corpse pose, arms down either side, feet as far apart as feels comfortable. And staying here for at least 15 to 20 breaths, a little bit longer if you have the time. Have a lovely day. Namaste.